He separates the soul and the spirit.
He's the light inside the darkness.
Yeah.
I went around when the Lord revealed himself to me as the light inside the darkness. I was like, so I can go into a dark place and close my eyes, and in the midst of a darkness, the Lord can still be in darkness. The Lord can dwell in thick darkness. In fact,
He does dwell in thick darkness. Yeah. Yeah. But I told you your mission. I don't know if you received that. Yeah, you are designed to test the elect of God.
Oh yeah, but I don't want to deceive them. I test them, but I don't.
Yeah. So we agree.
I don't deceive,
Yeah.
but testing and
okay.
and tempting.
We'll use that word. We'll go with that word.
I'll test. Oh yeah, I know that. I test. I'm commanded to.
Yeah.
I test.
And the Bible say try the spirits.
I'm
anyway.
trying to undeceive people. I want to be undeceived and non-deceiving.
Well, the proof to that is even with me, you disagree with a couple of things that I've said so far.
What was
like
that?
when I told you I'm Jesus in the flesh. I have his name in my forehead.
Oh.
These are truths that you see what I'm saying? And I'm a very elect of God. So this proves my statement is true.
He says, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because he does call us by his name, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He calls us Jesus, don't
That's an inherited
he?
name.
I understand that.
Yeah. Ephesians 3:14 and 15. Verse 14 and 15. The whole family in heaven and earth.
I'm telling people that because
They can't hang. They can't hang.
No,
I agree.
They'll try and drug. You know how many times they've strapped me on the table and tried to drug the Holy Ghost out of me? You know what they do? They call it mania. So what they do is they surround you with cops and strap you on a table, big bulls, a bunch of them, strap you on a white table. Whether you resist or not, don't matter. They isolate you in a room.
That's because you kept talking. You kept talking.
Yeah.
You gave you said too much, and they couldn't hang. You were saying too much.
I know.
That's the importance of that goes into the Constitution, the Fifth Amendment. That's the importance of invoking your Fifth Amendment.
I got 5. You know, have you ever heard of Heartland Foods?
Yeah.
Heartland Foods make Splenda, Stevia, all those sugars, them candy poppers.
Yeah.
Them sweetie toots, them sweetie toots up at Heartland. They said, this white man said he was Christian, but when the word came up in me, I didn't even say it. It just came up in the mind. It came up into my eyes, and I looked at him with the word in mind, and the word in mind made him. I didn't even say it. And he started freaking out. He said, "You're attacking my belief." And then I had one word for the whole office. All I had to do was stand up, and I had to say, "Jesus wants me to tell you, his yoke is easy and his burden is light." And I knew they would hate the word. I got in trouble yesterday by a...
Did they inject you when they had you in there?
Oh, that time I escaped. The cops all surrounded me.
Is that what you were talking about? You threw them off your back, 6
I
cops?
left that story, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me go back. The time they had me was, just 2 weeks ago they had me in an isolation chamber.
So every time they surround me,
they stick the sedatives.
Yeah.
And then they got 2 kinds. They got mood stabilizers and antipsychotics. So they have 3 types. There's a classification of pharmaceuticals known as, I'm talking about made it legal, right? And there's psychedelics, that's like shrooms. There's psychotics, which we won't talk about. And then there's antipsychotics.
You still use those?
Yeah. I'm a pill. I'm a drug to them. I'm a pill. I'm a psychotic that has to be treated with an antipsychotic. I'm a chemical. They have to solve my solution with their own, right? They got to balance out my chemical with theirs. So they classify, the word psyche is the word Greek for soul or mind. Before it was before we called it soul. Soul is a new English term. It used to be called psyche. P-S-Y, psychedelics,
I heard of that.
psyche, soul, or mind. So doctor means is the English word for the ancient word for teacher. So when someone says I'm a psych doctor, they're literally in Greek saying I'm a soul teacher. And Jesus said, "Call no man on earth teacher." So when I was in the psych doc, I refused to. I tried the best I could to stop calling them doctors. I called them sirs or sires.
Yeah.
But those men, they got some power.
Yeah.
Oh, they got power.
Right, they do.
Because three of them together are like that unholy frog trinity. I don't know if you believe in the Trinity or not. I don't know.
You talking about Roman Catholic Trinity? Roman Catholic?
Any image of God being three separate bodies or beings, I don't believe
Roman
in.
Catholic, yeah, that's false.
Yeah,
that's
okay,
false.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
I would assume so.
Yeah,
if we got this far.
looks like they setting something up.
But I still go to mass, just to eyeball.
I said you just go to mess with them a little bit to test them. You say test them.
I go for love because I love people.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be around, but I find out quick they don't want me in their club.
Right.
And especially when I start.
You know why though? Because you get questions and you want to challenge them. But I'm not saying you're wrong. You were right. Man, I can't tell you how many times I got thrown out of these places.
Listen to this. This happened 3 weeks ago. I'm down at White Stones at White River. I hear all this Jesus music on the speakers. Oh, Jesus, pop, pop, a Jesus concert, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at the concert, I'm like, man, I get lit. I was like, oh, this is gonna be tight, right? So I'm like stripping off all my extra clothes, and I run around, and I'm just being moved by the Spirit, and I'm just excited. I'm like, I'm gonna jump in with all these. I hear in the name and hearing the worship on these electronic devices. That's another red flag. If they use electronic devices, that's kind of a red flag.
They in the park now doing that.
Moses never needed one.
Right.
The Holy Spirit came upon him and he hollered so loud.
Jesus had multitudes.
He hollered so loud.
Yeah.
Jesus could speak to 7,000. They all.
Yeah.
And they might have had repeaters that heard and repeated, but I don't think they did. I think the Holy Ghost came on Moses and he preached to 2 million people and they all heard him in the valley.
Yeah.
God is great.
Yeah.
He's greater than all flesh.
Because I've been right here in this spot shouting. They can hear me from blocks around. So I know when that spirit come up on you,
Yes.
Yeah, when that spirit hits you. Yeah.
So I heard all this Jesus concert stuff. So the hospital, they strapped me down, put sedatives in me. And I always tell them when they come to stick me, I always give them a new message. You're puncturing holes in the tabernacle. There's a price to pay for that. There's a reason God don't even let me.
They did that to you?
This was IMPD. IMPD broke my left arm off.
Man.
It was hanging off. I'll show you pictures. My left bones was sticking out. They shattered this arm.
I know you got a chunk of a check from them.
They delayed. It was 2 years ago. I just got a court date last month. They pushed it all the way to 26.
Yeah.
It's a 5-year.
Yeah, they try to play games.
Officer Derek Harper, they fired under the table. The news reported only that the officer was injured. They didn't report. And when he got out, he had no injury. Now he's reporting like traumatic brain injury.
Were you fighting him back?
No, not at all. Yeah. No. What happened was I got a call that said from we'll call her Al. Allie. I got a call from this. I hope she's an ex-stripper. Her name was Allie. And I got on my motorcycle and I was driving down, and you know where Ellison Brewery is, past South Street?
Yeah, I think so.
And the what is that, Rolls Royce, the engine manufacturer? They got a big office building down there.
Okay.
There's a hedge bush, and I'm riding through under the green lights, like I was about this far, and I see red and blues flick on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the guy that's been putting these threes around, he's the king of the homeless. He's in jail for vandalism. He's been tagging the whole city with threes.
Oh, John?
Big John?
Yeah. He told me about them threes. He tell you about them?
He was so proud of that. I took him and showed him the real threes. I took him to Ezekiel 33 and showed him. And he wasn't so interested in all that. And a week later, he hit another homeless guy, busted him, drew blood, split his eye open.
Oh, man.
Because the guy wouldn't give him money.
Is that why he locked up now?
Well, he got locked up for vandalism, but I'm mad that he struck a guy. He kind of needs, the law says boom. But I asked the guy he struck, I said, now that you know you've been struck and he split your eye wide open, because he thought you have money because you come from a rich family. He beat him for money. Make a man bleed for money, that's
right.
Good. You shed blood for money?
Right.
That's a filthy thing, right? Well, that's the United States, isn't she? I think America's dead. I don't think she exists anymore. I think her head's been cut off.
Right.
At best,
she's circling the drain.
She's a schizophrenic bird caught in the net.
Right. Circling the drain.
The hunter already got her. she's already captured. Best I've seen, America don't recover. She was a created creature, a bird created for a season to carry Israel, to protect Israel for a little bit.
Call it the Phoenix?
No. I don't know. I think America's part of the great eagle. Remember in Revelation, there's a great bird, a great eagle with 2 wings?
Right.
I think she's part of that. She was part of that.
Yeah, it symbols the eagle.
The Ottoman Empire in 1492 evicted all Christians, Jews, and gays. Anyone that would not confess Allah is one and has no son. If you would not deny the son, if you would not, they evicted you from the whole Ottoman Empire, and that includes Turkey, all the way up to Spain, all the way around the Middle East, because in 1492 they had Israel, the land of Israel now and everything, right? So they were surrounded. In 1492, the Ottoman Empire, I found this out doing world. I was studying the tetrarchs, the blood moons, the Hebrew blood, and I found out that the Ottoman Empire put out this edict in the spring of 1492. It was declared across what's now the Muslim Caliphate, pretty much the same area, across the whole Islamic Caliphate. If you don't, you either bow at the words of Muhammad being read.
You think they're gonna try to make it national?
Oh, it's coming here. Oh yes, all these church buildings they're building. I believe, I haven't got an express word on that. I don't want to be a false prophet, but I see all these church buildings that they're building for new Sunday morning church people are actually just going to be, they're going to tear off the crosses, put crescent moons, and make them all mosques. That's all the government of the United States.
I had a couple of visions of that, man.
That's all that's coming here. Islam is coming out. Islam's already here. It's already here.
Yeah, they're trying to make it one world religion.
Yes.
That's deep.
They will mix.
And they've been using Farrakhan. You know what Farrakhan
Here's
is.
what they're going to do. They're going to mix those that claim to be Jews and are not, Christianity, which is actually Antichrist.
Right.
They already got him. I'll show you the images they follow. I'll show you the images. How most of the images of the Jesus is the actual. It's actually the Antichrist. It's not just not Jesus. So that's why
I call it that. Yeah.
When I hear my African brothers talking about, they're actually closer to the truth than. Yeah, I mean, I'm saying, I know when God showed me the beast, he was a white-haired, blue-eyed. He lives in Indianapolis. And there was a prophecy that came. I'll show you the original mark as it was originally written. Chi Psi Stigma, XES. The word sex backwards with the middle symbol is now, 1,400 years later, is now being used as the badge for Allah, for jihadists. The symbol of Allah is the middle mark of the 3 symbols of the mark of the beast.
That's pretty deep. They want to bump that up to the world's religion.
When I found out the truth, I went to Homeland Security at Eastgate Mall. Homeland Security for all Indiana, banging on the door. I said, I want a man of wisdom. Please, is there a man of wisdom in this house? Homeland Security. This is Fed level. Feds open up the door. I'm looking at Fed boys. You know, corn-fed, pasty skin, light brown dudes.
Right.
Blue-eye guy, but he sent me around the front. Before I could get to the front, other Homeland Security were already jumped in cars trying to find me. I got in the front, I walked in. The director of the Homeland Security was the son of his dad, who was also the state director of Homeland Security for Indiana. He took me into his private office. I told him everything I know. I said, here's the mark of the beast as originally written. I met a man in Indianapolis who has this mark. And he looked around and was like, okay. And he's like, and then the other Homeland Security came to arrest me, and he shuffled me. He said, hurry, follow me. And he got me in his private vehicle, drove me off the facility, because it's guarded. They got solar panels all on the roof. They got barricades. They're building fortresses, because the Antichrist is the god of fortresses. There's stuff I can't even like do or say. You gotta know where we're at. Indianapolis is architected by the devil. The whole city is designed by it.
Well, the world. When you say the world is like that.
You got the whole world.
Yeah.
But now the idol. Look at the building. Why do you think that they got bull towers on here? You got the Whore of Babylon.
And China is
That
more.
woman is nothing.